Hello, I would love to present MongoDB for beginners. My name is Kamil Kulig and I am full stack developer in Schneider Electric for almost 6 years. I love to share knowledge. I'm speaker and workshop instructor. Last time I was in Python Sweden. I love Python programming and of course I am a gamer and I love to watch and do a lot of sports. And I'm from Poland. Okay, today agenda. In the beginning, I will do introduction to MongoDB. Next, I will do comparison of Python tools for MongoDB. Of course, we are on Python Summit. Then I will do the next comparison about driver versus ODM. Later, I will speak about MongoDB as document database. Next, again, the comparison JSON versus Bison, and after that, we will discuss about Pydantic and some lib. I hope so. We'll find some love. Then, of course, we need to get database and connect to it. Of course, CRUD, embedding versus referencing, and in the end, conclusions and resources. Okay, introduction to MongoDB. MongoDB is source-available, cross-platform, document-oriented database that utilizes JSON-like documents with optional schemas. It's classified as a NoSQL database. Okay, why MongoDB? Maybe why I choose MongoDB. Of course, I always use the rule ABC. Always be curious. Next reason, it's very simple. I hear the rumor that it's easy for creating MVPs, minimum viable products. And you can ask, why, Kamil? Because it's adaptability, because it's schema flexibility, and it's the speed to deliver. It's easy to use. Yep. And another reason, third, is MongoDB popularity. If you not believe me, go to DB Engines ranking or Stack Overflow survey developer, and section is database results. Okay, let's go to compare some Python tools for MongoDB. I found four beautiful princess potential candidates. First is PyMongo. It's official driver. Next we have Motor, beautiful logo, and it's async driver. Mongo Engine is our third princess. It's ODM, and the last it's Beanie, and Beanie is async ODM. Okay, I'm saying ODM driver, but what is driver and ODM? About ODM, it's object document mapper, and when you think about ODM, and you know ODM, then you are very close, because it's object document mapper, and it's very similar for that, but it's for document database. Okay, driver and ODM. Now I will compare the features and how they looks like between them. How it looks, how they look like. First, the level. Of course, driver is low level. ODM is high level. Control, you have more control on driver, but of course you need to do a lot of manual queries. In ODM you have less control, and you have a lot of auto-mapped objects. Abstraction in driver is minimal. In ODM is high and object-oriented stuff. Then you don't have a lot of schema in driver, or you need to do a lot of stuff manually. And on ODM you have schema. And the most, I think, important thing, it depends what you need, because like about the driver, you have the performance. The performance is best for performance, and for ODM you have rapid development and better maintainability. And for me, and for my case, because I want to do some MVPs, I prefer to rapid development over performance for first MVP, and ODM is for the win. Okay, but I told you about ODM and the driver, but we have contest, and we need to find a winner. And yeah, I need robust ODM, of course. I need integration with Pydantic and Pedantic and Fast API. And to be honest, I love this ecosystem, and it needs to be easy to integrate. It needs to support async, because I want to use async with Fast API. And last, of course, we need something. It needs to be popular, and we need some hype on that, because if we try something new, we want to be on the top. Okay, I spoke about ODM, but now I will focus on popularity. And of course, if we want to compare popularity, we need to do comparison for star history in GitHub. And as you can see, there's we can see how stars grow in time. And pink is Mongo Engine, motor is yellow, PyMongo is Mongo, Python driver is blue, and Beanie is red. As you can see, Mongo Engine and PyMongo are in the top, but look close for Beanie. It has promising trend, and for me, it's looking similar like Fast API a couple years ago. And if you want to generate some chart like that, go for starthistory.com, and it's easy to do it, and it looks amazing. Okay, summary comparison. It was fast. PyMongo. PyMongo is driver, and it's not supporting Pydantic and not support async. Mongo Engine is ODM, and it support Pedantic and not support async. Motor, it's a driver and not support Pedantic and support async. And Beanie is ODM, support Pedantic and support async. And from my point of view, for enter easier to the world of the whole MongoDB, and of course we want to be on hype. I decided to use Beanie, and today to present you the Beanie. What is a Beanie? Beanie is async Python object document mapper for MongoDB. That's what I said. And the data models are based on Pedantic, what I will show you in the next slides. And Beanie wraps motor wraps by Mongo. What I mean about that? We will use three candidates, because Beanie use in behind the scene use motor and PyMongo. If you go deeper with the library and use more, you will see some stuff that are very similar, and so on for other libs. Okay, I told you about Beanie, but about the MongoDB as a document database, and I'm telling you about MVP and so on. And when we think about MVP, do some application for MVP. For MVP, we are doing application for user, and if we're doing for user, first classes and examples will be user or task for user. Okay, now I want to build your dictionary, guys, because like probably a lot of you did SQL database, and I want to map your dictionary. When we think about table in SQL database, it will be collection in MongoDB. Row, it's document, and column is a field. Okay, the main thing, you have collection of documents. There's always when we're saying something about the table of documents. There's a it's a collection of documents. Okay, and about that, and I will show you some example. But we have SQL table, so for example, users, and we have two users. We have ID, name, email. It will be in a MongoDB collection. Oh, I have mistake. no mistake. MongoDB collection. We can see that we have a list of two users, JSON users. But I'm saying about the JSON. Sorry guys, it's not JSON. It's Bison, and yeah, I will tell you why and what is the difference between them. And JSON versus Bison, and both are data interchange format with key differences. Okay, first of all, of course, JSON. What is JSON? JavaScript object notation. Bison is binary JSON. What about the features? JSON, it's very easy to human readable, and it's text based. Bison is binary format, and it's not human readable. Where we using that JSON? We are using that in API configuration file. I prefer YAMLs, of course, and it's of course data interchange on the web. MongoDB, in Bison we're using the MongoDB, and it's for efficient storage and retrieval. And about speed and travel there, Bison are faster than JSON because the length of the elements is fixed, and this is the main key difference. And of course we have more data types, and we have more metadata, but you can go deeper on official doc MongoDB, and there's a section about JSON and Bison. Okay, I said something about Pydantic, and plus now we know Beanie, and we see love, and I'm saying why love, because I said to you that the Beanie is extend Pydantic, and I will show you now the proof. To create document in collection, we need to use a basic class in Beanie, document. Okay, document is a class to create collection of documents. I hope so. It's you understand that. And after inspect of Beanie base class document, I'll show you that it's inheritance from Pydantic base model. As you can see, we import Beanie and Pydantic. We create class user document, and if we run it, we can see that it's true. Yep. Yeah. Okay, how to use this document? And of course, example will be in user class. In Pydantic, we write some code like that, and we have some class with user that have name, surname, and email. And for Beanie, it's very easy to do it, same. But if we run it, you will run this code, and I think code before. I'm not sure, but I feel like you will see in to code. If you run a previous slide and this slide, you will see a mistake, error. The collection was not initialized, and the reason is because we don't have a connection to database. Okay, how to get database? And we have a few options. Okay, first we can use Atlas, free tier. If you would like to check how to do it, go of course and sign up for account in MongoDB Atlas website. We did it for our workshop in PyCon Gliwice and PyCon Sweden, and the people get account in Atlas free tier. It's easy to do it. Go for it, and this is one of the options. Of course, you can install localhost. I did it. It's not hard. Okay, I have Mac, and maybe that. I'm just kidding, but yeah, it's easy to install on localhost. And of course, use Docker, and there's a how to install MongoDB community with Docker. Okay, we have database, perfect, but how to connect to database? And today I create for you some snippet of code that how to do it, some function. As you can see, we have import a lot of stuff, but don't worry about that, and there's write a lot of code. But the main thing, as you can see, there's a class user document with name string. It's only for purpose to show you, but the main thing is that I create some function, async function, that we have database. The name is database init, and it takes 2 arguments. First is document models. It's a list of document that we will add to our to initialize in our database, and we add some flag that you can clear your database, and if you not add anything, it will be from default false. First, we will create client. We will use async IO motor client, of course, motor, and of course you need some environment variable here to do it. But when you do, I don't know, use Atlas free tier, you will get your URI, and you can add it here. Of course, use environment variable, and then we will init Bini. And first of all, we need to have database name, and first we use client, and then we name our database, for example, workshop. Then we will use document. We'll add document models, and then multi-processing mode true. And what is it? It's it will patch the motor client to use process event loop. It will be, guys, easier to use that option. And as you can see, we have if it's true, the clear database, clean. It will be easier to drop the database after each run. Why we using that? Because it will be easier when you want to test, try, and have some fun with database. But of course you can not use this this flag. And we have, of course, run from async IO to run async code, and we have database init with document model because it's user. Okay, I hope so. It's clear. Now we can oh, of course, if you want to go to documentation Bini, how to do it, the connection. But now how to use this document, because now we will not have the collection was not initialized error. And if we have some code, a user, we can create some hot Kamil. Of course, I hope so. You use some, I don't know, data class or pedantic, and you can understand this code is very easy. We use class user, and we use name, surname, and email, and we add our data. One very important stuff. This is not my real email. Don't use it, please. Maybe some hot Kamil will be angry if he will get some question about MongoDB. And we will use MongoDB dump is from Pydantic to get the stuff indexed. Okay, one very important thing, and you can see some results. But one very important stuff, I'm changing all the results to dict or list of dict, because I want to, I think it will be simplify the whole thing, and it will be easier to you to understand what is inside. And yeah, because it's when we return something, it's a document object, not dict. Okay, but what we have ID none. Why we have ID none? Because the document has not been added to the database yet, guys. And to do it, we need to create something in database. Okay, to create something in database. To do it, we will use a save method. And remember, when we use some stuff some async methods, we need to use await. Okay, remember about that. Otherwise, you will get return the coroutine object, and it's not it will not insert anything or run the function, run the method async. Okay, we have hot Kamil again, and we need to use await and hot Kamil save, for example. Then we can, or if you prefer other stuff, use the class document. You can use user.save hot Kamil. The result will be the same. In hot Kamil, you can see that that we have the ID, and it's awesome. We have ID, but one thing very important, I think we need to here we need to add equal to hot Kamil the results of this method and this. But I'm not sure, guys. It's only presentation. Try it, okay? and if you find any mistake in the presentation, please tell me. But this is one. And you could use other methods to insert records, like insert and create. They are similar. Save, it's not only to create, but you can update with that. But for simplify, I add this stuff for you. And to insert many, use insert many function, and insert one is similar to insert. I think there's no difference, it's only other stuff. And very important stuff, this ID field is reflects to the unique ID field of the MongoDB documentation, okay? And each object of document type has this field, and the default type of this is pydantic object ID. And sometimes I think if you use get, but we'll go to read stuff, you need to change the string to the pydantic object ID. But this is another lesson. Maybe it will be Mongo for beginners lesson 2 or something like that. Okay, we have some stuff in our database. How to read it? To get data from database, we could use another fantastic method, find. Okay, we want to find something, and we need to, when we find something, we need to process our data to list or first or none. We need to choose what we want. We want list or first or nothing. And to list, you need to remember that's return list of document object. And of course, what I said previously, to simplify, I'm returning dict or list of dicts. And okay, how to get all users in the database? We can do find, then to list, and we can dump our data, and we can see we have, whoa, Kamil. for one user, we can use find first or none, and we'll dump it, and we have again Kamil. Okay, for one thing, you can use more functions, but to get your read but code for documentation, the link will be soon. Another thing, how to like filter some your stuff, and to find, for example, user Kamil, you can in find add stuff user.name equal Kamil, and you can find best users, of course, best user Kamil. I hope so. After this presentation, everybody will know my name and my surname. Okay. Okay, if you want to select something, okay, when you use, I don't know, select name and select surname from users, you will use something that name is project. And for example, you create some class in pedantic, and you will use that up to the project, and you will get what you want, like my name and my surname. Okay, how to insert many? Yeah. For example, we want to insert many users like Kamil Kulig, John Rambo, John Kowalski, or Mark Kowalski. And as you can see, we insert them. Of course, they are not hot. Okay, I'm hot. Okay, how to read more? Okay, how to use operation, because being implement a lot of operators. From logic, of course, and or not, comparison, equal, greater than and equal, and so on. I will show you example with or. As you can see, we need to import from Beanie operators or, and we need to use it in our find brackets, and we can choose the user John and surname Kulig, as you can see, or this, and we have Kamil Kulig, John Rambo, and John Kowalski. And a question for you: how to change to end? Okay, it was hard question. We can change operator in import to end and change the end, or we can delete end or and delete the brackets because end is from default. If you want to know more about operators, go to of course documentation for Beanie. Okay, how to update data? Okay, we have couple options. I told you about save, but we have replace, and the replace throw exception like value, and value is if the document does not have any ID yet, or document not found if the documents that does not exist. Update, set, and inc can be performed on the results of a find query or document that was returned from an earlier query. And upsert is to insert a document when no documents are matched against the search criteria. And for example, I use set, and it's as you can see, it's not very hard. We change, of course, name from Kamil to Keanu, and yeah, it's Keanu Kulig. I forgot to change his email, but yeah, Keanu is hot too. If you want to go to more details about how to update, go to this link. There's a deleting tool. Oh, okay. We need to delete. We need to delete. Use the method delete. Yeah, we can delete the toxic speaker. Okay. What we have pedantic, and what we can use with that. I will show you only one feature of pedantic that it's awesome. And it's the basic one. If you, for example, want to have user and task, and you want to have in a couple of documents, for example, active technical field, that will be your, if this user or this task is active, you could use extend model, extend stuff to create your class active as a base model, and there is an active as a bool, and it will be of course from default true, and you can extend the user, add it to the class user or and task, and as you can see, we in output we can see that the active is true for our user. Yeah. Okay. I said something about extend models, but now I will tell you something about relations. In MongoDB, we have two types of that: embedded documents and the reference documents. The difference is the whole structure, because embedded are nested document. It's document in document, and the reference documents, it's very similar to our when we have some keys and so on, primary keys and so on, and it's when we do some joins, and these documents can link to other documents. Okay, link. Remember this word, link. Efficiency. Of course, embedded documents are very good when we have data access. When we have that, we need to get data together. And reference documents are it's very useful when we have large or frequently changing data, and we don't them be very close. And when we have data access, of course, when we want to get the embedded documents together, or reference documents, when we there need to be separate, and they are linked by object ID. And use case. embedded is best for small and tightly coupled data, and reference document is best for large, loosely coupled data. Okay, now I will show you some examples. For referencing, we'll start from this side. The use case is task for user. For example, we have user and we have task, and of course we need to add it to database init, add the document models, and when we run it, we add Kamil, of course, and we will insert this user, and we use this hot Kamil ID in our task. And then when we insert many, our task, of course, and we run this code, we can see that there's a Kamil, and of course there's our task. Okay, and Kamil is hot. Why? Because he's cooking dinner and do dishwasher. I hope so. Anna will not watch this presentation, my Anna. And as you can see, there's a user with ID, mine ID, and collection user. Okay, this is example for referencing. Now example for embedding. Use case is user profile with address. We have two class. First is address, is a base model from the pedantic, and we can see user document from Beanie, and address will be in a user. Address will be in user. Why? Because when we always have user for address, and when we think about that, the MongoDB sometimes it's like what we want to see in the view, what we want to see in the front end side, and this is why. And as you can see, I add my address Wakanda, Gotham, Elm Street, and when we want to insert something, we can do of course a white hot Kamil insert, and then we want to find some first unknown, and when we dump it, we can see my address and myself. And if you want to go deeper, go to the documentation MongoDB. Okay guys, let's go for conclusions, and I would like to kudos for my friend and co-author for workshop, Adam Brzezek. Why and why now? Because we prepare for you 15 exercises, and if you want to see more complex example for models, go to srcmain.py, but maybe first do some exercises. And there's a QR code, and the next is my LinkedIn. If you want to contact with me, it will be a pleasure for me to speak with you, to get your feedback and so on. And to the presentation, there's a QR code too. I'm very happy that I present to you today. Do some picture right now, guys, and please contact me, because I'm doing that for community. Okay, resources. Yeah, I have a lot of links, guys. Let's go. Documentation for MongoDB. This is basic stuff. This is basic stuff to use, of course. Then documentation for Beanie. Then of course very good interactive tutorial prepared at official website mongodb.com. Try it. And next, MongoDB official YouTube channel. There's very good jumpstart link about for beginner stuff. Then schema design, how to design in the MongoDB. There's a lot of very good materials there, and of course I recommend Code with Mark Smith. If you're watching that, I love you, but you're doing a very good job, I think so. And I recommend to watch PyCon by Mark Smith. To everything you know about MongoDB is wrong, go for it. And last but not least, there's a Mongoose. What is Mongoose? It's MongoDB shell. It's a JavaScript and Node.js to interacting with MongoDB. Of course, it's JavaScript, but it's very good to try something. And I recommend do some to have some fun with when you're defining document, to have some settings. And I didn't add it, but in Visual Studio Code there's some extension to MongoDB to get a connection to database and to see some client for it. And I recommend too, but I will add probably the link. And guys, thank you very much for today's presentation, and And remember to leave your question and rate presentation in the section below. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's it.